Firstly, I'd like to apologize for how delayed this video is. I ended up getting sick for a week and thus had to delay everything by a week, so this is coming a bit late, and the GPTOA set breakdown is also going to be coming a bit late in next week. So, now that that's out of the way, let's begin summarizing the results from mid-August onwards throughout the entirety of September. So, this is a pretty late competitive wrap-up, but there is a lot to go over, so let's get to it. First, we'll be taking a look at the Japanese results, and we'll be starting with the 5th Koshihikari CS. And now, I'm not going to be putting the results in order in terms of like which one was in August, which one was in September. I'm just going to smash everything together, so let's just go through it. So, the Koshihikari CS had a team tournament and a singles tournament. Now, for the team tournament, the winning team had a lineup of Guard, Blaster, which you'll see on your screens right now, followed by a Night Rose deck, and Night Rose has become quite popular after GBT08 in Japan. And to top it off, an Asha deck, which we have not seen too much, so this is pretty much thanks to the help of the new set, and we can see that Bloom is starting to look pretty good, and it's probably going to only get stronger with the upcoming character booster. In the second place team, the first seat of the team ran another Night Rose deck. The second seat ran the risingly popular Fenrir Wiseman deck, and the third team member ran a Guard Blaster list. The third place team ran our very beloved, let's say, Time Leap list. The second seat ran a Dark Face list, which is definitely pretty nice to see. And the third seat ran a 7 Seas list, which is pretty standard. And the fourth team had a Freeze Ray Messiah list, running 4 of the Stand Trigger as well. The second seat had the, as I mentioned earlier, rising in popularity Fenrir Wiseman deck, and their third seat had a Sanctuary Blaster deck, which we've seen in pretty much all of these top teams. Now, taking a look at the singles tournament, the winner was the Wiseman Genesis build, so Fenrir Wiseman. So very strong deck. We're gonna start seeing in English tournaments pretty soon. I'm actually relatively worried for the German regionals, but we'll see how many of this deck we're going to see there. In second place was Gungnir with his Night Rose deck. So again, this is pretty much the same one that he also used in the team tournament because he was one of the topping players in the teams as well. In third place we have another Freeze Ray Messiah list. And in fourth place is yet another standard Time Leap list. Next up we have the Shura VGCS, and this was a team tournament, and the winning team had a Bluish Flame list, which seems to be rather, not many people notice because there's another deck list in this team that people are much more surprised by. In the second player spot we had the Fenrir Wiseman list, and in third place is the, well, what the community calls the Grade 1 7 Seas list. So yeah, this is something new that the community has been enjoying as well. And I haven't personally seen it too much, nor have I tested or played against it yet, but I've seen it in quite a few of these tournament results, so it's definitely an interesting build. In second place team, we have the first player running Nociel, the second player running Night Rose, and the third player running Sanctuary Guard. And in the third place of this team tournament, we have in first place Night Rose. In second place we have Freeze Ray Messiah, and in third place we have the Fenrir Wiseman deck. Now this next one, which is the Sakura VGCS, it was a team tournament, but in terms of results it was kind of hard to find each team's full lineup, so I kind of found one members or 2 of the members from each team. So in the first team, the winning team, I managed to get 2 lists. The first one is this Night Rose list that you're seeing right now. The second in the first team is this Chaos with a little bit of Messiah and Freeze Ray list. And then in the second place we have this Diablo deck from the second place team. I don't have any of the other deck lists of the second place team. And in third place, one of the team members of that team ran a Fenrir Wiseman deck, and that's the only team members list that I have from this third place team. Next up is the 14th Kansai VGCS, so this is a pretty big VGCS, and this was already also post GBT08, but the first place went to Sanctuary Guard, as we can see in this picture here, and also this was a singles tournament. Second place went to this pretty interesting Riser Beast Deity deck, so when I saw this I was pretty interested to try it out, but I never got to, but because Cat Butler got unlimited, this deck kind of just appeared on a few days after Capillary got unlimited, but we never really saw it come back. In third place was a bluish flame deck, which you also don't really see that much these days, but it's already the second one of this wrap-up. And in fourth place was yet another Sanctuary Guard deck. Next up is the Nagasaki VGCS, and for some reason I only have the winners list, so maybe the rest of the top 3 or 4 just don't post their stuff on Twitter, or maybe I just couldn't find it. But the winner ran the 7 Seas list that you see on your screen right now. Next up is the RIZING VGCS, and the first place went to a Time Leap deck, second place went to a Nociel deck, third place went to a Sanctuary Guard deck, and fourth place went to a 7 Seas deck, so this is a pretty standard lineup for top 4. Next up is the third Shikoku VGCS, and in first place we have a Gavrail list, so not Nociel this time. In second place is a Time Leap list. In third place is yet another Time Leap list. These are never gonna get old, are they? And in fourth place we have a 7 Seas list. Next up is the Tokai VGCS, which was a team tournament. The first player of the first place team ran a Time Leap list. The second player ran a 7 Seas list. And the third player of that team ran a Nociel list. The second place of this VGCS, the first player of that team ran a 7 Seas list. The second player of the team ran Diablo with some Phantom Blaster break rights, and the third place and the third seat of this team ran Time Leap. And finally, the third place of this team tournament, the first player of the team ran a Time Leap deck, the second player of the team ran a 7 Seas list, and the third place and the third seed of the third place team ran a Chaos Messiah deck. And now the final piece of results from Japan is the 2016 Fighters Road Finals winners. So, the very winner of this event was a Time Leap deck. In second place was a Darkface deck with the new Mantis triple rare as well. In third place was a Sanctuary Guard deck. And in fourth place was a Diablo with Phantom Blaster Dragon break right list. Now heading back to the English metagame, let's take a look at some World Championship 2016 results. First we'll be taking care of North America and we'll be opening up with Puerto Rico. So, the winner of the Puerto Rico Regionals was Gustavo a Baez Munoz, sorry if I butchered that name, and he ran the Time Leap list that you'll be seeing on your screens right now. In second place was Juan J. de Jesus, or I guess it's Jesus, and he ran an Overlord build, and his deck name kind of shows where he got the inspiration from. In third place, we have Carlos H. Nieves Ruiz, who ran a 7 Seas list. Next up, looking at Georgia in the US, in first place was Erich Wittenmyer, who ran a machining list. In second place was Matthew Ann, who ran a Time Leap list, which I'm sure we're all used to now. And finally in third place we have Mr. Mason Clark himself with the Gavrail Nociel deck. So I'm sure you've already seen his deck, but I didn't cover this in the past competitive wrap-ups, so it's going to be covered now. Going a bit north to Toronto in Canada, the winner of this event was Richard Doan, who ran a Victor deck. The second place was Zhihui Ouyang. I probably butchered that to hell and back, but he ran a Prism list. And in third place was Anthony Bailey, who ran a Infinity Zero with Imaginary Plane Dragon and then Messiahs on top. So it's basically Star-vaders plus Messiahs, which is quite interesting. And the final NA result is from Costa Rica. The winner of this event was Anthony Garcia Delgado, and he ran a Victor list. In second place we have Jean or Juan Paul Perez H, and he ran a Chaos with Freeze Ray and Messiahs and all kinds of Star-vaders type of list. And then in third place we have Kevin Salazar Cisneros, who ran a Magia deck. Jumping way down under, let's take a look at the Australian results. The winner of the Australian Regionals was Mark Guan, and he ran a Time Leap deck. The second place was, you guessed it, another Time Leap deck by Dylan Teja. And in third place was Lei Hao, which I probably butchered, who ran a Shot Noir with Big Belly deck. And going to the neighboring island, we have the New Zealand results. The winner is Simon Zhang, who, you know, it's not Cybertron, but It's pretty close. And he ran a Time Leap deck. In second place, we have Andy Lowe, who ran a pure Nociel deck. And in third place, we have Callum Boniface, who ran a Harmony deck, which we don't really see that much of these days. And finally, jumping all the way to my continent, Europe, let's first take a look at the UK results. The winner was Ellis Reeves with a Time Leap deck. Second place was Nick No. I never know how to pronounce that surname, and it's really common, but he topped with a Blue Wave deck. And in third place we have David Golan, who topped with Freeze Ray Messiahs. Going over to France, my dear friend Arnaud actually topped with Tachikaze. And actually I'm never sure how to pronounce his surname, so you can correct me now. Is it Faber or Faber, or how exactly am I supposed to pronounce it? But either way, Tachikaze, Gaia Emperor. In second place is Louis Boulanger. I believe I'm not butchering that too far, and he topped with Gavrail. In third place we have Julien Dole, and he topped with Time Leap. Next up, going to Belgium, where I was actually at, so you can check out some of the coverage I made as well as the finals. And the winner of this event was Jacobus with his Time Leap deck, which you can see in action in some previous videos. Hint hint. In second place was Nordin Yunsi, who ran a Freeze Ray Messiah deck, which you can also see in the finals, hint hint. And in third place was Nguyen Dui Mohamed, I know I butchered that, who ran Diablo, and I'll give a little honorary mention to Andy van den Overland, who came fourth with Diablo as well. And let's finish up with something controversial, Greece. The winner is Bogias Nicholas, Bogias, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but he ran a deck which was, I want to say Time Leap, but it's Chrono Jet with Chrono Fang, so take that as you will. In second place was Foivos Lalos, and he ran a pure Chaos deck. And in fourth place was everybody's favorite Hélène Boré, and for once she did not run Kagero, but rather Time Leap. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about Greece. I'm sure you've all heard about what happened, you've all heard opposing ideas and opinions, so I'm just going to leave it to rest and let the whole meme and idea just die out on its own. So, those are finally all the results. It took quite a while to get through, but yeah, we have to go over everything, and I tried to find as much data as I could, so that's pretty much everything that I could find. I think, apart from some of the teams that I couldn't find the full lists of, I covered pretty much everything, so it should be more or less alright. So, this week you'll still get another Japan video. Those are going to be coming once a week, and next week we're going to have the GBT08 set breakdown, so hold on tight for that. And that's pretty much it for me today. Don't forget that I am streaming relatively regularly nowadays, so you can check out my Twitch, it'll be in the description, and every time I stream I do post a little link as a video, and also on Twitter and Facebook and Discord, so make sure you do tune in one of these days. It's always a fun time. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.